Hello! Welcome to another GMAT Tuesdays with me. My name is Kevin, coming to you from Magoosh. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the reading comprehension section in the GMAT, and specifically looking at a question type. We're going to be looking at main idea questions. These are a very popular question in reading comprehension, so they're good to know. And we're just going to go over the basics here. We won't actually be looking at an actual question, but got some examples that you can go look on your own. So we'll look at how to identify, we're going to look at strategies, common wrong answers, and then you can go find some examples and do some practice on your own. So first thing you're going to need to know is how to identify these question types. You should be able to identify any of the question types in reading comprehension or in critical reasoning because the way that you answer a question changes depending on the type of question you've been asked. It's pretty obvious. So, best way to identify these types of questions is to look for words like primary purpose or main idea or mainly concerned. So, we have the author's primary purpose. That is a big clue. We also have mainly concerned. Sometimes it'll be phrased as the best title for the passage. Also, it can be longer, say something like the author's discussion of a particular thing in the passage is primarily intended to do something. And then also, these types of questions might just focus on one paragraph. So here we have the primary purpose of the third paragraph. So primary purpose, and then we'd obviously want to pay attention to the third paragraph when answering. And so there are some examples. There's more than just these that I've listed here. But OG stands for the official guide, so the GMAT official guide. And I was looking in the 13th edition. And so if you go look at numbers 4, 5, 8, 24, 26, and 31, you'll see some examples of main idea questions. So your strategy for main idea questions is fairly similar to some of your other question types in reading comprehension. The first thing you're going to do is attack the passage. And that doesn't mean get in a fight. It means dive in, aggressively read through the passage. Make sure you're looking for the main idea every time you read a passage. Look for the structure and flow from one paragraph to the next. And also pay attention to the author's tone and the author's purpose when you're reading a passage for the first time. Stay out of the details as well. Just focus on big picture. You can go back into the details later. And really, if you're doing this for all of the reading comprehension questions, if you're attacking the passage, it's going to be really easy to answer main idea questions because you've already thought about it for every passage that you worked on. So after step 1, go to step 2, rephrase the question. So you'd want to go and read something like the author's primary purpose and say, oh, this is the main idea question. I need to basically summarize the main points or the main ideas in the passage. Then you can either return to the passage or already have anticipated an answer, and that is the ideal. Really, when you get to one of these questions, you should be able to solve it in 30 seconds, very quickly. You see, oh, it's main idea. I've already thought about this. Now I can go look and see what the answers are and eliminate all the wrong answers that I find until I have one right answer. The last important thing to know are the common wrong answer choices. So with every question type, there are particular common wrong answers that the test makers put in there. So for main idea questions, we have two fairly similar ones, too narrow and too broad. So these are answer choices that either focus on a particular point in the passage. Oftentimes they like to choose something in the final paragraph of the passage and say, oh, this is the main idea. And since it's the last thing that you read, it's more present in your mind, and they're hoping that you would choose this answer choice and be trapped and not remember where the passage started. So watch out for those. Anything too broad. So it might include the main ideas of the passage, but also include a lot more. So watch out for these. Sometimes you'll find answer choices that are good main ideas for an entire book, not a small passage that you're going to be reading on the GMAT. Thirdly, we have distortion questions, or answer choices, Distortions are going to take something in the passage and twist it and distort it. So this can be the author's tone. It can also be some idea that's in the passage. One common one is where the author is describing something in the passage, and the distortion, wrong answer, would say that the author was arguing for something, not describing. So in that way, they're changing the purpose of what is actually the purpose of the passage. Excuse me. Extreme language. This is a common wrong answer type across lots of question types. Look out for words like all, not, never, any. Usually the passages that you read are more balanced than this and won't argue for such a strong stance. So be on the lookout for those. And then finally, unsupported or new. Anytime you see something in the answer choices that is new, not contained in the passage, seems to be like a related idea, but an idea that wasn't there when you first went through the passage, then you're going to want to eliminate these as well. Final tip, you might have been wondering, what is this AE 31B stuff over here? The number refers to the question type here in the OG, and the letter refers to the answer choice. So you can go to question 8 and look at answer choice E and see an example of a too narrow wrong answer. So go ahead and do a little research on your own. Check those out. If you have any questions about what I've said, if something's not clear, please leave some comments down below. We'll be happy to get back to you and answer them. And if it's a really good question, we might make a video for you. So, be excellent to the universe. I will see you guys soon.